Carl Jung said something that most people are too vain or too lazy to accept. The face you show the world is not decoration. It's a weapon. He called it the persona, the mask you build so the world treats you the way you want to be treated. And if your mask is weak, sloppy, or forgettable, the world will treat you exactly that way. Weak, sloppy, forgettable. You think caring about your appearance is shallow. Jung would tell you the opposite is true. Not caring is the shallow move, because it means you've given up on controlling how you're perceived, and you're letting strangers write your story for you. Here's what nobody tells you about first impressions. You don't get judged on your character in the first 7 seconds of meeting someone. Nobody has access to your character yet. They judge the only data available: your face, your posture, your clothes, the way you carry a room. That judgment happens before you speak a single word, and it happens whether you consent to it or not. Jung's entire concept of the persona exists because he understood something brutal about human nature. People don't relate to who you are. They relate to who you appear to be. And if you refuse to shape that appearance on purpose, you're not being authentic. You're being random. You're letting chaos design your first impression instead of doing it yourself. But here's where it gets uncomfortable, because becoming obsessed with your appearance isn't about vanity. It's about war. Every person who has ever intimidated you without saying a word had one thing in common: command over their own image. Watch how a disciplined person enters a room. Shoulders set. Eyes steady. Clothes that fit like they were chosen, not grabbed. That is not confidence you're seeing. That's engineered perception. That's a mask built with intention, day after day, until it became armor. Jung warned that a weak or neglected persona doesn't just get ignored, it gets exploited. People sense when your image is undefended. They sense when you don't respect yourself enough to maintain your own appearance, and on some unconscious level, they stop respecting you too. You didn't lose their respect through some big betrayal. You lost it in the mirror, one lazy morning at a time. And this is where most people get the fix completely backwards. They think appearance means vanity, expensive clothes, a perfect jawline, chasing a mirror that will never be satisfied. That's not what Jung meant, and it's not what separates the people who command rooms from the people who get overlooked in them. The addiction isn't to how you look. It's to how deliberately you show up. It's brushing your hair even when no one's watching, because the standard isn't for them, it's for the version of you that refuses to be sloppy. It's dressing like the day matters, because if you don't take your own image seriously, don't expect anyone else to. This is discipline wearing a different name. Every time you choose the sharper version of yourself over the lazy one, you're reinforcing a persona that tells the world, and more importantly, tells your own mind, that you are someone worth taking seriously. And here's the part that should actually scare you. Jung believed that if you never consciously build your persona, your shadow builds it for you. Every insecurity you haven't dealt with, every moment you avoided your reflection, every time you told yourself it doesn't matter, that becomes your default mask instead. Uncontrolled, unintentional, and usually, exactly what makes people underestimate you. You don't get to opt out of having a persona. You only get to choose whether you design it, or whether neglect designed it for you. So the next time you catch yourself dismissing appearance as shallow, ask yourself who benefits from you believing that. Because it's not you. The people who never work on their image are the same people who wonder why they get talked over, passed up, and forgotten in rooms they should have owned. Become addicted to your appearance. Not for the mirror. For the war Jung already warned you that you're in, whether you admit it or not. Comment mask if you're done letting neglect design who you are. I'll tell you exactly where to start.